Alright, hey guys, Blazam here. We're going to do a really quick video on the GYRFALCON build that I'm running this season. It's probably the most fun PvE-centric build that I have going on right now. I didn't really prep like a proper script for this or anything, so I'm just going to shoot from the hip. And we'll start from the left to bottom. Yeah, okay. So you're going to be running Night Stalker because we're obviously this build centers around the GYRFALCON'S HAUBERK chest armor. We'll get that in a minute. For super, you could run Deadfall or Mobius. Either or is really good. I like Deadfall for the CC. Just don't use Spectral Blades, you'll look like a fucking idiot. I like Marksman's Dodge here. We're not really utilizing the melee too much, even though the weekend is really good. I like having my weapons reloaded faster, and you'll see why later in the video. Triple jump, obviously. Your grenade, you could either use Vortex, or I think even Magnetic is pretty good. I like Vortex a lot better. For aspects, we're going to run Vanishing Step and Stylish Executioner. This gives us the maximum amount of slots. For fragments, we are going to use Echo of Persistence for invisibility duration increase, as well as Devour, because we are running the Devour fragment. Echo Starvation, Echo Dilation. This is more just to fluff up our mobility stat, and because Echo Persistence takes away from it, and Echo of Legion to get a bump to our resilience. These two are probably... These fragments are really here just because my GYRFALCON is kind of shit, so I haven't been able to actually like properly fluff up the sets the way I want to. So we'll go into mods. I highly recommend having your helmet be solar because you could run Bountiful Wells here because it's pretty cheap. Ash's asset's really good. Our super is one of the highest, fastest charging supers. So and we'll have Devour most of the time anyway. So you want to maximize having, or capitalize on having your grenade up all the time. Harmonic Siphon to be able to get Orbs of Power on our energy primary. I'll go into that in a little bit. For your arms, I recommend these Void. Put Reaping Wellmaker here. For normal, everyday, day-to-day PvE stuff, I put 2 Bolstering Detonations. Don't really mess with anything else here. Again, the more that we can go invisible, the more we keep GYRFALCON's perk up. For the actual exotic, I keep this arc to run Radiant Light if I want to, but I've been actually putting Fonts of Might here. I run 2 of these seasonal resistance mods, even though these might be kind of bugged, I just put them in there anyway. Legs, I keep these arc as well, because I always run Powerful Friends here for plus 20 mobility and 1 arc mod. Let me see here. For your class item, I recommend Stasis, because when you're not running one of the seasonal mods, you could always put Utility Kickstart. Gives you a little bit of dodge energy back once you actually dodge. Elemental Lights here just to fill it out. Now stats. 100 mobility is a must. Our dodge is going to be on a... Oh, this is... Wait. There we go. It's on a 29-second cooldown. This actually gets reduced down by quite a bit when you have the utility kickstarts on, but because we are running Reaping Wellmaker and Bountiful Wells, we'll actually get 2 wells per proc of that mod's perk, so actually works out pretty good. You get your abilities back relatively quickly. I like 100 resilience in PvE. The 40% damage reduction is just too good to pass up. This is pretty much standard now on all my PvE builds. Recovery is really low. That's just because we have to run high resilience, but having Devour up all the time actually kind of balances that out. Honestly, as long as you get 100 mobility and 100 resilience, these could be however you want. I would push for more recovery if you can, and more grenade energy. Now, let's talk about the actual exotic GYRFALCON'S HAUBERK. What this does is when you exit invisibility, your Void primary weapons, or your Void weapons in general, gain volatile rounds. So volatile rounds is super fucking strong. We all know how crazy this got when it got introduced into the game with Void 3.0. There is also a secondary perk where if you are invisible and you defeat someone with a finisher, we gain bonus damage, and you and your allies gain a reserve overshoot and improved class ability generation. Honestly, that's, if you could get that part to proc, cool. If not, it's really just the dodge equals volatile rounds part of the perk that's really important. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll show you how this exotic works with a regular void primary. This is my funnel web with subsistence adrenaline junkie. I have a subsistence frenzy roll, totally forgot about it, but for the purpose of the video real quick, we'll just do this. So dodge, I got volatile in the bottom left, you see that there. Now everything is getting volatile rounds. Now what I forgot to mention just now is that because volatile rounds counts as a void debuff, this actually procs your Stylus Executioner. So defeating a weakened suppressor volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. And then after performing Stylus Execution, your next melee attack will invisible weakened target. So having volatile on a primary void weapon pretty much means that you're in and out of invisibility without even really having to dodge. Let's dodge again. I'm volatile. You see how I got 2 wells there from dodging? Go here. See if I'm getting all those procs. So that's like your day-to-day, like, you know, killing ads, doing shit in PvE. Where it's really cool is that your void primaries also get this. So if you can see the procs of volatile on the Taipan shots, it's like every shot will proc the little volatile explosion, which is really cool. Now, let's see here. Just clear this out real quick, get the chest, and then I'll go back down. The build is really, really good with with funnel web, or, you know, insert your favorite void primary weapon. But where it gets really crazy is if you combine it with a weapon like this Hero's Burden I just got with Repulsor Brace. Now, Repulsor Brace reads, let's see here, defeating a void debuff target grants an overshield. Volatile counts as a void debuff. So we get that. Just want to make sure that this resets. We get the overshield every time we kill a volatile target. Actually, I need to get my dodge energy back. Okay, it's here. So I'm invisible. I got a void weapon boost because of the Font of Might. Got an overshield. Look at that. Good. And that will keep pretty much re-procking stuff. I don't think there is a timer gate on how many times you can actually proc Repulsor Brace's perk. So the minute you lose some of it and you get it back again, you'll get it back again. See how it just filled up? So that's that. Now, a little bonus, what I've actually been doing this season specifically. Let's see here. And this is something, this is going to be very build, or like how your stats are spread. So I could put Weaken Clear for that debuff on Wither Horde, and then Soul Operator gives me a flat damage buff. I'm missing 90, another 10 resilience, so I actually just put the other resilience bonds here. I go down to 20 recovery, but it's not really going to matter. So my little fun fuck around build is Wither Horde for Weaken Clear, and obviously Wither Horde is still amazing even after the nerf. I have this really cool Hollow Denial Trace Rifle. This has Repulsor Brace and Lead from Gold, and I'm going to be able to build this pretty soon, but 4 times the charm, target locked, Retrofit Escapade from this season. This is a super strong weapon, and every time you get volatile rounds, it procs on it. So I'll show you how it looks like in this Lost Sector. And what's cool about running double specials, and granted this is like very RNG dependent, but in my experience, I actually haven't had a problem with ammo economy, because the double specials is forcing the primary, or the heavy ammo is forcing the special ammo drops. So let's go invisible. There we go. See, now I have an overshield, and I have a special weapon that's pretty much acting like a primary weapon. I need some of these guys to drop heavy ammo so I can show you how crazy the heavy launcher, or the heavy grenade, machine gun is. So I still have volatile rounds. Can't really, I don't know if you could see it, but basically on Retrofit Escapade, the LMG, when you have volatile up, it's like every shot, or every few shots, it's proccing that volatile explosion. So it's like stacking that damage on top of each other. Once I get a target lock retrofit, which I should have by Tuesday, that's going to be like a bonus 50% damage on top of volatile on it. But yeah, that's the GYRFALCON build. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you have any questions.